The Great Australian Bight is located on the southern coast and is a hotspot for marine life. It also contains one of Australia's largest oil deposits. The Norwegian company Equinor wants to expand into the Bight to dig for fossil fuels. We wanted to gauge public opinion on the matter and draw up pros and cons for research. When asked about negative effects of oil drilling, people were either against it or didn't have much information.
It's probably not good for the sea and the ocean and like the animals and stuff.
No good.
I don't know much about it. Can't be anything good.
If it spills, it'll be like polluting the ocean and it'll be like killing all like wildlife.
Teach us to harm the environment.
When asked about the positive effects of oil drilling, answers were pretty sparse.
I guess you would get oil, which is helpful.
I think that it's kind of a necessary evil where, it could go wrong, but so many jobs, so much money from it. There hasn't been, a spill in a while. I think in the overall grand scheme of things, it would be a pretty beneficial thing for Australia.
To combat any misinformation, we'd like to share some facts on oil drilling, specifically in the Bight. The pros of drilling in the Great Australian Bight are mostly for economic reasons. Australia would rely less on foreign imports of oil, and its own economy would be boosted. Jobs would also be created. Roughly 1,000 to 2,000 total jobs are estimated to be created if Equinor began drilling. Drawbacks of drilling begin with a series of seismic blasts used to survey the land. These blasts can kill plankton vital to the ecosystem and damage the hearing of whales. When drilling, Equinor claims that they're used to the rough seas due to their location in Norway, but the waves in the Bight are 4 to 6 times larger than those in Norway. There are also much more frequent storms. If oil drilling could be done safely, most people would likely support it. However, if a spill occurred, it would be disastrous for most of Australia, as most of the population lives on the coastlines. Estimates of a potential oil spill suggest it could leak 4.3 to 7.9 million barrels of oil. The currents in the area are strong enough that the oil could reach halfway across the Tasman Sea. If a spill occurred, up to 9,000 jobs would be lost. A spill could end fishing and tourism in the area, which are $400 million to $1 billion industries, respectively. 85% of the species in the Bight are unique only to this area of the world, so if a spill occurred, it's likely that many of these species would become endangered or possibly even go extinct. The first step to creating change against Equinor in the Bight is awareness and education. BP recently tried to drill in the Bight as well, but political and environmental activists shut them down. Equinor likely faces the same fate if the same tactics are used. Calling representatives and making your own voice heard is a great way to take a stand against oil drilling in the Bight.